Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So to start this look, I've applied Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Foundation to my face. I'm going to make the face look less flat, so I'm going to use a little bit of my cream contour palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm using the darkest shade. And the brush I'm using to apply is my Duo Fibre brush by MAC. This is the 132 brush, and it's the same brush I use to apply my foundation with. I've swiped the dark cream contour down the hollows of the cheeks, and I'm working the product in circular motions, but I'm not blending it out too much or too far. I'm keeping it in the area that I've applied it, and I'm just feathering it out ever so slightly. Using this method is going to prevent us from having a muddy face. A lot of people say their contour ends up looking muddy, and this happens when you're blending out too much. We're keeping it in the hollows of the cheeks, so like a triangle coming down to a point, and we're using the tips of the bristles just to feather the colour backwards and forwards, and this is going to blend it out, giving us some more dimension. I'm also applying a light amount of that to the temple area. We're applying it from the corner of our eyes backwards, so it should mimic the same angle that we've created on the hollows of the cheeks. So by doing this, the contour colour is going to sink that area, and you'll see it makes our cheekbone look a lot more prominent. It also gives our face a more lifted appearance. I'm also applying that colour around the hairline. If you've got a large forehead, this will make your forehead look smaller. It's also going to add a little bit of dimension, meaning that the forehead will look less flat. And it will also add a little bit of warmth, a bit like in the summer when the sun hits your forehead. If you only wear BB creams or tinted moisturisers, you can do the same thing but with a slightly darker shade. Don't forget to add a little bit down the sides of your nose, again just to bring a little bit more warmth to the centre of your face. On the eyelids, I'm going to apply Painterly Paint Pot by MAC. I'm using my flat shader brush to apply this over the entire mobile eyelid right up to the brow bone. This is going to work as a base for our eyeshadow to prevent it from shifting. If you find it goes onto your skin quite thick, then a little tip would be to rub your finger over the product on your eye, and this will warm the product up. The first eyeshadow I'm using is by Makeup Geek, and this is Frappe, and the brush I'm going to be using to apply is the Sigma Tapered Blending Brush E35. What I love about this brush is it's quite big and the bristles are nice and splayed out, so it blends the colour really beautifully. I'm working that colour all the way through the socket, so from the outer corner towards the inner corner. Don't worry if it goes on the mobile eyelid, we're mainly keeping it through that socket, but again the reason we're using a big brush is so that it blends the colour across the larger space quicker than a smaller brush will. If we used a brush with smaller bristles, we'd have more of a defined socket line. Using a bigger brush is going to cover more surface area quickly, and it's going to give us that nice wash of colour. I'm using what's left on the bristles, and I'm working the brush in circular motions on the outer corner, pulling the colour towards the tail of the brow. Next I'm going in with this white Chromaline eyeliner by MAC, and again I'm using a flat shader brush to apply this, and I'm placing that over the mobile eyelid. I'm only using a very small amount between both eyelids. Again, this is going to be a great base for our eyeshadow. It's also going to lighten our eyelids, meaning colours that we put on are going to be more true to the colour that's in the pan than they would be just on your natural skin tone. The next colour I'm using is Honey Lust by MAC. You do need to apply this a couple of times in order to really get the colour to show through, but once you do, it's really beautiful and it is worth it. So I'm layering this colour using a flat shader brush because I find this is the best brush for this type of eyeshadow, and I'm applying that a third of the way across the mobile eyelid. Going back to Makeup Geek, I'm using their foiled eyeshadow in Grandstand, and on the same flat shader brush I'm applying that to the rest of the mobile eyelid. As I want this to be quite shimmery, I have spritzed my brush with a little bit of my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. It allows the brush to pick up more pigment, and it lays more pigment down on your eye, and it gives a more metallic finish. Then using what's left on the bristles, I feather the brush between the two colours. The next colour I'm taking is by MAC, and this one is Twinks. I'm only using a very small amount of this on the outer corner of the mobile eyelid, and I'm pulling it down at an angle towards the lash line. Keeping the inner corner light and the outer corner slightly darker, this is going to make the eyelid look a little bit more convexed. The next Makeup Geek eyeshadow I'm taking is Mocha, and on my blank canvas E42 brush I'm applying this to the outer socket. This is a matte finish, so it's going to work as a contour colour, so it's going to sink this area. So in turn this is going to help the mobile eyelid with the lighter colours look a little bit more fuller, and it's going to create a very soft smoke. Once I've got the majority of the colour on, I like to turn this brush on its side and feather the colour backwards and forwards. This is going to help blend it out and make it look nice and seamless. I'm going to do the same as I did last week and use Shimmer Shimmer as the highlight. This is by Makeup Geek. I was going to use something with a little bit more of a champagne-y finish, such as my Champagne Pop by Becca, but I actually couldn't find it until I finished my eye makeup, so that's typical. But I'm working that colour just underneath the arch of the eyebrow. As I mentioned last week, the best way to use this is to keep working it backwards and forwards so it's really blended in, otherwise it can be a little bit overpowering. For eyeliner, I'm going to start off by using Avon's Super Shock Gel Liner in Golden Fawn. This is like a bronzy golden champagne sort of colour and it works beautifully with this look. Next I'm taking this Blank Canvas Cosmetics E27 Detailer brush and I'm mixing together Frappe and Mocha and I'm running that underneath the lower lash line. Then I'm using a fluffy blending brush just to connect the top lid to the bottom lid. To line the top lid, I'm using Sigma's Line Ace Liquid Liner in Monogram, which is a brown. Initially I was put off by this colour because it looked very warm and a bit like chestnut in colour, but when it dries it actually goes to a nice rich chocolatey colour, which is really beautiful. So I'm lining the top lid right from the inner corner to the outer corner, not too thick, and I'm adding a very subtle flick to the outer edge. The bristles on this wand are perfect for creating flicks. I'm using Urban Decay's All Nighter Eyeliner to tightline. You can also use their 24/7 one in Perversion. I'm also lining the bottom waterline on the outer third using the same pencil and I'm just fading that into Golden Fawn. Then you just want to curl your lashes and apply some mascara. I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I love this one, it's the one I always go back to. But I am on the hunt for an equally good one that really gives nice drama but comes off easily. I hate the ones that stick to your lashes. So if you've got any recommendations, please let me know in the comments section. Give your bottom lashes a good coat of this because we are going to be applying some false lashes. The ones I'm using are by Eldora and these are M102. These are multi-layered lashes, meaning the lashes sit at different levels. So they give a lot more drama and volume and they're a little bit more wispy looking. Perfect for those who like fluttery eyes. So as you can see, if you're not wearing bottom set, you do need enough mascara to balance out the top and bottom of your lashes. Next I'm taking MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Medium Plus. So although this will mattify your skin, it does have light reflecting pigments in it, so it should give you a slightly luminous appearance, but without looking oily and dewy. A lot of people say it blurs out fine lines and pores, and other people with problematic skin, some of them have said it enhances their scarring and blemishes, so I think it's one of these ones you have to try for yourself to see if you're going to get on with it. Next I'm taking MAC Pro Sculpting Powder in the colour Sculpt, and I'm going to use this just to enhance my cheekbone area. I know we've already applied a cream product here, and if that for you is enough then great, but sometimes you find once you've got your eye makeup on, your skin needs a little bit more to balance it out. In keeping with this kind of dusky rose champagne colour that we've got going on, I'm going to use Lovejoy Blusher by MAC. I'm applying this just above our contour colour but in the same way, so we're going to come down at a slight triangular shape. Starting at the back of the cheek, working it down towards the apple of the cheek, but not quite on the apple. Again, this is going to aid that lifted look and make our cheekbones look higher. If you're not massively into blush like this, then you can go over it with your foundation brush to soften it. Now I've found my champagne pop, I'm applying that to the inner corners of the eyes, and I'm just using my little finger to apply that. I'm also applying it in the usual areas at the tip of my nose, a little bit on the bridge of my nose, the cupid's bow, and I'm applying a small amount to the tops of my cheekbones using a fan brush. We want to do the same as we did with the brow bone. We want to keep working that small amount in until it really blends in. Next I'm using Patisserie by MAC. This comes out as like a dusky rose on my skin, but as lipsticks do come out different on different skin tones, use something that is a dusky rose on yourself. And over that I'm using a lip gloss by MAC, and this is Pink Clash. And I'm only applying this to the centre of the top and bottom lid, and that's just going to help give it a more pouty appearance. And that is the look complete. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a great date night makeup. Please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Don't forget you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and they're all at ShowMe Makeup. All the products used have been listed in the description bar below, and if you've missed my previous tutorials you can click on these now and go and see them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!